Hey guys, welcome to All Booked Book Reviews. This is my first official upload of review, and I am so excited to do this and to see where this channel goes. I can't wait. I love reading. I mean, obviously I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't, right? But love reading. I enjoy writing reviews. I am not a professional reviewer by any stretch of the imagination, but I just like to review books just for fun. And I thought, doing it in video format like this might be really fun. So I'm really excited and hope you guys enjoy this. I review on Amazon and Goodreads, which my Goodreads link will be in the comments below in case you want to check out reviews I have there. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started with our first review. So I'm excited to share with you a book that I recently read and I really enjoyed. It's called Fled for Refuge, and it's by KRISTINA Hall. Now, she is also the author of a few other series. There's Science Falsely So Called, and then the Moriti trilogy, which I hope I said that right. I wasn't exactly sure how to pronounce it, like when I was reading it and everything. You know how you make up what the name kind of sounds like in your mind. I did that. So I reached out to her, and she kindly sent me an email with a YouTube link of a person saying the name with the Italian accent that it's supposed to sound like. It sounded really good. I don't really want to give it too much of a try because I don't want to butcher it. But so there was that, and also a Bitter Country series. Now, unfortunately, out of every single one of those, aside from Fled for Refuge, I've only had the chance to read book one of that trilogy, which is Promises Unbroken, which was really good. I really want to read the rest of them. Eventually, I will get to them. They're on my to-read list. It's just finding time and everything. But I will read them eventually, and I will review them, hopefully. So Fled for Refuge is the first book in a series. It's the Refuge series. And book 2 is Refuge from the Storm. And here is the bio for the book. Tyranny, betrayal, risk. Tony Dorrance works security for a little country church mostly untouched by America's downward spiral. Untouched, that is, until a car smashes through First Baptist front doors and the driver threatens the congregation. Though Tony thwarts the driver's intentions, this seemingly random event sets off a chain reaction that endangers his sister, Mary, and everyone involved with First Baptist. Mary Dorrance, though not a believer, supports much of what First Baptist stands for. As Tony's world is shaken, she too is dragged into the turmoil. As everything falls apart around them, will Tony and Mary crumble beneath the pressure or flee to the only one who can provide them refuge? So with each book review I post, I want to include some basic information, stuff that does not really pertain to the content of the book or how much I liked or did not like the book. It's just like added extra stuff. Stuff that I find important. Not everybody will. But yeah, it's just me. So this book was published in 2022 of this year. It has 282 pages and 18 chapters. So I did the math. Roughly that estimates out to be average 15-16 pages per chapter. Not saying that's, for sure like how many pages each chapter has, just an estimate. I just divided the two. And the genre, Christian fiction, like this was intensely Christian fiction in a good way, which we'll get more into that later. So it's Christian fiction, some dystopian elements, and suspense. Now, since this is my first official review I'm posting, I'm going to kind of walk through each part to kind of explain what to expect for other videos, because this is a format I'm going to be using for all of them. It's pretty basic. It's nothing too in-depth. Just the basics, like what I liked, what I did not like, would I read it again, would I recommend it, just stuff like that, pretty basic, because I'm reviewing what I thought of the book. So let's go ahead and get started on that. So first of all, how I came to find the book or why I read it in the first place. Like I mentioned, I've read other books by this author that I really enjoyed. I like her writing style. It's really simple, but yet it is very engaging. And I also like that she's a Christian author and all her books are clean. Again, I say all, but I've only read the other one. but, I feel like this is an author you can depend on for clean books. So what I liked about this book, there are two main things that I really, really, really liked. The first one being the Christian elements and themes. Guys, this was just, oh my goodness, like words fail me almost. It's just jam-packed with everything. There's salvation, repentance, there's religious persecution, just the theme of standing for your beliefs in the face of death for you and death for possible family members and stuff. It had a lot of times when I, as the reader, thought to myself, if I were in that situation, would I react the same? Or, how would I react? And you would like to say, oh, well, I would do this and I would do that, no questions asked. But it's one of those where you don't really know what you do unless you're in that situation. The book dealt with topics that are modern day, the two most that come to mind was evolution and abortion. These two are topics that we as Christians, we sometimes, are persecuted for our beliefs on these. So they're not very popular beliefs on the Christian spectrum. And the characters in this book, they faced persecution for stating their beliefs and standing for God. Now, the second thing I liked were the characters. These were believable, flesh and blood characters, my opinion. Some people may not think so, but I did. I was really impressed with how they came across. You had the strong Christian backbone, the one who, didn't really waver. Well, there were moments of, doubts, which is absolutely normal for Christians. We're not perfect. We don't have all the answers, and we do doubt and we waver, but it's important to have that, to always go back to our firm foundation, and to hold on to that. So, and there were some really interesting characters. This review is spoiler free. I could go into some of them, but I'm not going to. There were some that you read what they're doing and you have to shake your head and be like, what are you doing? But then again, it all goes back to that scenario. If I were placed in that predicament, how would I react? You don't always know. Me and my mom, we've been watching a lot of Christian films lately, like the God's Not Dead series, and then reading this around the same time, and it's like, you need to have that inspirational, encouraging, uplifting media in your life. If you just fill your mind with all the garbage and, just language and stuff like that, it's not really, it may be entertaining, but it's not giving you what you need. You know what I mean? We need this sort of media to encourage us. And by the way, do you know there are 4 God's Not Dead movies? The number 4 one came out, I want to say it was this year, and guys, it is so good. It's God's Not Dead, We the People. I highly encourage you to check that out. It was amazing. It dealt with homeschooling. So there are only 2 things I did not like. I found some of it to be slightly repetitive, mostly in the prayers, which, the characters are praying, which I get to an extent because, there was a lot of high emotion. So I understand that when you're praying and you're overwhelmed and you're stressed and you do find yourself constantly repeating, the same things, which is pretty realistic. But from a reader standpoint, I felt like, because you're reading it and you're just reading the same thing over and over for a little bit and you're like, I get the idea, let's move on. Again, this is not a really a bad thing. It did not take away my joy from reading. It's just something I noticed it was repetitive. That's just me though. And the other thing that I did not care for was there was some name calling. The main character, Tony, he had a habit of calling people things like loser, idiot, and hipster. They threw that around as an insult. I don't know, it just didn't come across very Christian-like. But again, he's human. He's going to do things. And frankly, with some of the things he dealt with, it would make you want to call people names. There was no language. He did not cuss one bit. Again, not horrible, did not dampen my enjoyment. It's just something I noticed that I wasn't a complete fan of. So yeah, that was really the only things I did not like. My star rating, I'm giving this book, Fled for Refuge, 4.5 stars. It was amazing. I highly liked it. Oh, and let me add this in. I'm using the Goodreads star rating, and so they do out of 5 stars. So out of 5 stars, it's 4.5. I should have specified that. And would I reread this? Absolutely. I am eagerly awaiting to read book 2, which I bought it, and I'm just waiting till, I don't know, I have like so many books I'm reading. Like, there's like 11 or 12 on my Goodreads currently reading list, and that's not one of them yet. I just have so much going on, but I am very excited to continue the series. So for the closing statement, overall ideas and thoughts, would I recommend this? Absolutely, 100%. If you enjoy Christian fiction or dystopian and suspense, which I did not really hit on the dystopian elements, and I should have, I'm sorry, but there was a lot of like government stuff and religious mandates, like you cannot preach against, what our government says, and that again went into the things about abortion and evolution and stuff like that. Like, if you go against us, then you're gonna go to prison, which means basically they're gonna kill you. So yeah, there was a lot of that and suspense. So if you like any of those, you will definitely enjoy this, and I highly recommend it. So yeah, overall, this was moving, encouraging, and I highly, highly recommend it. Also, for future reviews, at this part, I would also include if there is a movie adaptation to the book. This does not have one, but how awesome if it did. I'm just putting that out there. It would be amazing. So future reference, this is where that would go. And also where to purchase or find this book. First of all, this is on Goodreads. You can add it to your want to read list. You can reach out to the author if you want to. So that's on there. And to purchase it is on Amazon in ebook format and paperback. And I believe it's only Amazon. I don't think it's anywhere else. I haven't really looked, but I know those 2 places. So definitely go check this out. You will not regret it. It is amazing. And just to interrupt myself here, while I was making this video, book 3, Place of Refuge, was published. So that's super exciting. So book 3 is out and available on Amazon as well. And that is my first review. I am so excited to finally have it done and sharing it with you guys. It was intensely fun. I will say it is more of a process than just simply typing up my thoughts and posting them online. It did take more effort, but it's totally worth it. I love showcasing really good books like this and talented authors. So it's all good. It's worth the work. If you would like to read the review I have on Goodreads for this book, the link is down below. And if you would like to email me about this channel and about bookish stuff, the email is cleanbookreviews@gmail.com. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this. And if this sounds like a book for you, please go check it out. You won't regret it. And I will see you in the next video.